Hello, this is Shan Chandrasekar welcoming you to another delightful part of our programming. As part of our tribute to 100 years of Indian cinema, we featured some of the finest of motion picture artists from India and from the Western world as well. Today we are delighted to feature an outstanding performer. She's a great artist. She's not only one of the topmost classical dancers of international stature, none other than Ellora Patnaik. Ellora, what a pleasure to see you.
It's so great to see you after a long time.
After a long time. Ellora, you're not only a teacher, a classical dancer, a choreographer, and an extraordinary performer on stage, but in addition to that, you've spread our culture in this part of the world in a very now. In addition to that, you were the first to make a breakthrough from the South Asian community into the mainstream productions of both film and television here in Canada. Tell me about this.
It hasn't been an easy road. It's been very challenging and very fulfilling in many ways for myself as an artist, starting out as a dancer and maintaining my culture and being able to be on stage and on camera are two different beasts. And I found that I wasn't sure whether I wanted to go this way or that way, but life gave me both. So I have gifts from both sides, and they kind of run on parallel tracks. And surprisingly so, even though I grew up on the stage, it took me a little while longer to get into the independent theater world in Toronto. So I was kind of guided towards film and TV, and I just stayed with it. And it was, and the time that I came in, there weren't a lot of roles for for colored people of POC, or especially being female.
What would you do if a child of ours turned out to be gay?
Don't say that. All I have here in America is you and the baby. Abraham, I want us to go in for counseling.
But I stuck with it, crazy enough. I wasn't sure how far I was going to go. It almost felt like, okay, you're sort of throwing a rock in a dark room and see where it lands. But it happened, and slowly, little by little, a little role here, day player there.
Brad, didn't you work with Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, Keanu's a good guy. Taught him ninjutsu.
And having a good agent. I have a lovely agent. She's amazing. And most importantly, what I feel that my colleagues who were with me at the time, other South Asian actors, we all were kind of like the first.
I'm sorry. I was at an emergency and I rushed right over. Sweetheart, I'm sorry you had to go through this alone. Let's make this a new beginning. I promise you things are gonna change. They'll change. I'll work hard to make things better for us.
To be able to stick with it and get roles, receive roles, and earn these roles paved the way for the new leads in series, in films. For me, by the time it got to that point, I was like, I'm at a stage right now where I'm playing the mom or playing a nurse or a receptionist. But this opportunity I've received has been a very unique gift and a career change for me, to be able to helm a film.
Calorie seems like an extraordinary venture with a great director, a great producer. So tell me about your involvement in Calorie.
I was sent the script, and obviously everybody wants to read the script. It's a feature film. I was told it was a feature film, and I looked at it. I opened the first few pages. I was reading it, and it jumped out at me. Real life experiences in our community. I felt I was reliving something in a way. There were images and sounds and headlines and people I knew, our community here in Canada, our South Asian community. And I just felt that even before the audition and meeting our wonderful director and producer, I felt like I have to do this movie. It felt like I was meant to do this movie. And And then the audition happened, and this is where I met Isha. And Isha said to me that you understand this character, Monica, who is the core of the character. And when she said that, it's very important to me that I'm on the same page as my director, so that we can work together in a collaborative way to build something very beautiful, which is not just the character, but there's so much involved. It's so layered, and my character, Monica, has so many complexities. It was very important to be able to know that she gave me the confidence that I would be able to wrangle it. And wrangle we did, all of us together.
Tell me a bit more about your experience now. Did you go out shooting in India as well for this film, as well as here, right?
Yes, yes.
So tell me about your experience shooting for the film in India.
Yes, we, well, the three of us, myself and the two beautiful actresses, Shania and Ashley, who play my daughters, all of us, we got to have the opportunity, the wonderful opportunity, to be able to perform and act in Montreal, shoot there, and on location in Amritsar. And now I have worked in India before. I've danced in India. I've done a film in India, in Mumbai, in Bollywood.
Yeah,
should I
you've
say?
done
Is that the proper term?
Yeah.
Before, when I was little, it was the Indian cinema or Indian film industry. And I guess, yeah, I did a film called Tapish.
कभी मायूस होता है क्या हुआ लज्जी
Please. Leave me. Just leave me alone.
लज्जी
Leave me alone.
मेरी बात तो सुनो लज्जी मैं जब भी तुम्हारे करीब आता हूं तुम दूर चली जाती हो ऐसा क्यों क्या तुम मुझे नहीं चाहती क्या तुम मुझसे प्यार नहीं करती क्या मैं इतना बुरा हूं कि तुम्हारे प्यार के काबिल ही नहीं
Being in Amritsar was very different, and going to the Golden Temple was on my bucket list. And so Calorie made it possible for me to do that. And the emotion and the feeling, it was so surreal and beautiful and haunting at the same time. It gave me an experience to see the temple in the light in the morning, midday, at night. And it was really, really lovely. And the people were very warm and welcoming and accommodating. So I was very grateful for that. And to experience that with our amazing crew, our Calorie family, we became, I feel like, as we were experiencing Amritsar, we were feeling a sense of getting closer together. And I didn't know, we never know what the result is going to be.
Monica, take the photo now.
I think, like, also seeing the film for the first time was really overwhelming and amazing, very magical. I'm still processing it. I think I need to see it again to, like, really, like, absorb it.
She's your grandmother. Your Nani ji? Your mother's mother. She was my twin sister. You've not seen her photo also?
No. She died in a car accident, right? When Mom was a kid?
Isha knew what she wanted. She would come and she would just, you know, say a little something, and we would understand. And then the chemistry with Shania and Ashley was great too. We were able to work together as a team.
Isha is very experienced because she's done a number of other productions before. You're quite experienced as well. You're already acted in several features and television serials as well, very successful. What kind of audience feedback did you receive at the premiere?
Oh my gosh, there were a lot of red eyes and puffy faces last night when we were there. It was wonderful. Everybody kept saying, "Oh my gosh, such a beautiful film." I don't think anybody knew what to expect.
I think Calorie is a very innovative film.
I was wonderstruck by the depth that this movie went to.
I liked when they were in India and they were like they were looking at the different like markets and stuff and really like integrating themselves in the life. I like that.
At some point within that relationship with your parents, you get to that point where you have to become real with one another, for the better or for worse.
The film is very, very emotionally drawn.
I think it's a very good, very well made, beautiful looking movie. I love it.
I could feel like it was amazing watching it and being surrounded by this energy of the audience. I could hear like gasps and like, oh, and there were amazing funny parts too. It was Shania's, with Alia's obsession with the calories, and so there were some laughs, and so there were a lot of extremes. But when they came out, a lot of people were just like, it's so good, it's so amazing. And for me, that's the most important thing, my audience's reaction.
Now, in addition to acting in films or television serials, you've also done a couple of commercials.
Blame Renee. Only she could make dressing this good. Her ingredients, her recipes. That's Renee's.
It's here in the MCI Proof of Savings Statement. It shows you how you save no matter where you call. Take India. Those savings could be $15 a month, $180 a year.
To England, save $96 a year.
To Mexico, save $132 a year.
There's no doubt who saved you the most.
And no doubt who you should call.
As a very well-known, highly respected Odissi dancer, you transitioned into the actual film roles. What was that transition like? Which was your first venture?
My first real film was an Odia film. And I was actually studying dance with Guruji, Guru Kerochan Mahapatra at the Odissi Research Center. And some people in film approached me and asked if I would take part in this film. It's very similar to the, almost like a remake of Aradhana, the Hindi film.
Yeah.
And so,
Rajesh Khanna.
Yes, Rajesh Khanna, Sharmila Tagore. So they kind of offered me the parallel role of Farida Jalal in that.
Oh.
So, and the hero of that film was Uttam Mahanti, very famous Odia actor. And I was very young, but I did it, and that was my my first entry into cinema. As a classical dancer, as you know, we have two sides of it. There's nritta, which is pure dance, and nritya. Yeah. Expression, abhinaya, which is storytelling. And I've always been a very expressive dancer. I enjoy the art of storytelling with using facial expression and mudras, our hand gestures. And I think that's being in school and drama club and originally planning to become a veterinarian. My friend said to me...
But you love animals.
You know that, yes, you know that too. Just look at my social media. It's a little crazy, but it brings me so much peace and that there's still good in the world. And it's very important to me to save all the animals as much as possible. So I do that's my other work that I do, trying to save animals. The change, what happened for me was when my friend said she wanted to audition for the American Academy in New York City. And I was just going to drive her, but she's like, "No, I don't want to do it alone. You have to audition with me." So I was like, "Okay, we'll do it," and we both got accepted. And then I was like, "Okay, do I go to Guelph University and become a vet, or do I do this?" And my father sat me down and he said to me, like, "Okay, how many veterinarians are there?" "There's lots of vets." I go, "There's not enough." And he goes, you can always do animal work, but I think this is an opportunity for you. So I took the opportunity. And my teachers there, my mentors in New York in the academy said to me, "Your dancing really caters to your acting." And I would train in India, my Guruji would say, "Your acting caters to your abhinaya." So they also have run on parallel tracks for me. And I think that was the transition for me right there, that my acting was serving my dancing and vice versa. And the understanding of your surroundings as a dancer. It's always important to be street smart. So where you place, okay, we have this far to move. We have this much area. We've danced on grand stages and we've danced on little pieces of carpet, when we do little things, or in a banquet hall for a wedding. So I always found that it taught me how to understand You know, when someone says, okay, there's a sandbag here, the camera's there, and, you know, I was able to coordinate that. There's a lot involved in acting besides what people think is just memorizing lines. There's an understanding of human behavior, of the human psyche, of having compassion and respect for your colleagues and the crew. And the world of cinema is very unique and magical in many ways. It's a lot of hard work.
In North America, you had the first breakthrough here in Canada first. Yes. So tell me about that venture.
I did a lot of like little bit parts because there wasn't a lot of opportunities. We were going to auditions. We'd see the same people all the time. I think the big one would have been How to Be a Very Young Mom of 3 bratty teenagers. And we used to call it almost like a South Asian Malcolm in the Middle, but it was about a little girl and her 2 buddies, and it was a lot of fun. We did 2 seasons of that.
Kim's Convenience. Tell me about it.
At that point, by the time I got Kim's, I was already starting to do independent theater, and I got to know a lot of the other actors in the community.
Don't let his disappointment take away from your achievement. This store wouldn't be half the success it is without you.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I must be going. Where's my husband?
He left.
Of course he did. Mariam Mehta, they said, he'll take care of you. I had servants in India. Now I live with a man who microwaves cheese on toast.
To be able to have a role on it was a lot of fun. And Paul and Jean are great friends of mine, and it was just a really fun show.
You mentioned about Tapish, you know?
Yes.
So it was very interesting. It was a typical Indian film,
yes.
Indian feature film. A lot of duets and, you know, and your dances, and it was easy for you because you're already trained in dance. And if you notice, some of the topmost heroines of India were all trained in classical dance.
Yes.
Vajayanti Mala, Padmini.
Yes. Wahida Rahman, Asha
Parekh, Hema Malini.
All of my heroes.
So
I'll keep Rekha in there just because I love her so much. But you know, she can handle it.
Your career from classical dance to acting in in films and TV serials are 2 different things. When you went back to India, when you were learning here, because you had the advantage, you learned from your mom, which was a great advantage. But in India, when you went there with those gurus, you underwent the Gurukul experience. So tell me about the difference that you found when you had students, when you are a choreographer, you were teaching others and your mom was teaching others. What's the difference in the attitude of students here as compared to the attitude of students in India?
Whoa. There's obviously a big difference. Culturally, sometimes there's a language barrier. They're used to, there are certain society norms that are different. There's an approach that's different. And it's very strict in India, very strict, almost military strict. And I feel that students in India have to really be hungry for it, really have the passion from the beginning. I think here I found a challenge to find your way to the student. To meet them halfway, because it can be very alien for a young person who is interested in learning something that through art form. They learn culture, they learn music, they learn language, but being born and raised here, I was able to find that language of how to communicate to them. Both my brother and I were able to do that. I feel more so of a challenge, I think less of a challenge, more of understanding the way they think and being able to understand how to remedy an obstacle, or if we hit a hurdle of why aren't they getting this, or are they getting frustrated, and how to in India they would say, okay, well, just get over it, walk it off, and here it would be, okay, don't leave, we can fix this. The kids here have been really awesome. I mean, we produced a whole series of Mahabharata, and I was having 13-year-olds wearing, you know, beards and armor and you know, putting on these shoes of these epic characters, and they did it. But the reason why is because we found a way to each other in open communication and really encouraging them, and they were wonderful. They're amazing, and a lot of them have grown up and come back to us after they've left because university takes over, marriage takes over. Some of them have kids now, and they've said that I don't know if I would be the same person if I didn't have dance in my life.
Ellora does not require much introduction at all in the South Asian community. If you're from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, East Africa, South Africa, West Indies, Guyana, and the Caribbean, she's extremely popular. You already know about her. She's one of the most outstanding classical dancers and, of course, an actor as well. For those who are not that familiar with the form of one of the finest and most sophisticated forms of classical Indian dance, I should say, is Odissi. Odissi style is highly sophisticated, very subtle. Take a look at the perfection of their performance, both she and her brother, on stage. Now, I understand in your spare time, you like horseback riding, I believe.
Yeah.
So tell me about that.
Oh my gosh, my love for animals has always been. We lived in Oakville for a long time, and that's where Devraj was born, my brother. On Highway 5 there were some stables, and my father always took me for pony rides. But because I have my love for animals, I rode a lot, and so he would that developed into going for some lessons, and then I couldn't go a lot. There weren't a lot of opportunities. It can be very expensive. So I ended up working at stables during my summer holidays. So I would muck the horses and prep them for, the lessons and stuff. And so I exchanged that for being able to ride horses. And I became very friendly with the owners and in 2 different stables and ranches in Oakville.
That's interesting. Some of my friends told me that you've got something very special about making salads. What is the secret?
That's when I'm on some kind of crazy weight loss regimen. I'm almost struggling with it. I love salads. I love making all sorts of crazy salads, fruit salads, this salad, stuff with quinoa, stuff with pasta, stuff with different kinds of lettuces, and I'll make them for friends. I'll be like, what can I bring? They're like, bring one of your famous salads. So it's usually a tray that's like this big. It's very healthy sometimes.
Let's come back to Calorie. What was it like to work with a great actor like Anupam Kher?
He is, as we all know, he's a gem of from the industry. He is a master. He is a teacher. He is a guru. He's somebody that I've looked up to and seen in film since I was this high. He can do anything. He's a chameleon. I've seen him be a villain. I've seen him, and then when we were doing a wardrobe fitting for Calorie in Montreal, and Isha said to me, do you know that, your uncle is being played by Anupam Kher? And I was putting something on and I just stopped. I looked at her and I went, what? What did you say? Who? It wasn't penetrating. And she was like, yeah, Anupam Kher. Like, she was just so chill, like, it's nothing for her, and I don't know what I was wearing or if I was half dressed or what, but I just started circling, like orbiting, going, oh my God, Isha, are you serious? Are you kidding? Then once the shock was over, then I was like, okay, how am I going to do this? Am I good enough to stand in front of him? What is he going to think? I don't know. But once you're in the scene, you're in the scene. And it was I had some really amazing, intense, very emotional, heightened emotion scenes with him, and watching him work with the other actors was a lesson as well.
Your Nani ji, your mother's mother. She was my twin sister. You've not seen her photo also?
No. She died in a car accident, right? When Mom was a kid?
I'm sure your mom and your mom's guru, the great Samyukta Panigrahi, what do they think about your accomplishments right now and the success that you've had?
Samyukta Panigrahi is no longer with us, but at the time when she saw me doing well, she would always encourage me. My gurus have all been very, very encouraging. Both my acting mentors and my dance gurus. My mother is the light of my life. She is the one who has always been there. Everything is go, everything is positive, everything's a green light. She's like, be free and fly. And that's what's really special about her, because in our generation, we were expected to go be a professional, you know, but to go into acting in my time was a risk. It is a risk, you know, because you don't know if there's going to be security or what. But my mother has always been there, right by my side, and she loves it herself. She loves movies. She loves art. She says her philosophy is art is life and life is art. And if that's what you're living, then that is your life. So I've always felt very free and comfortable when I'm in my element of performance, whether it's dance or, you know, I'm more awkward in social situations. I'll talk if I have people I'm with, I'm pretty good, but it's interesting. I'm very comfortable when I'm performing.
You know, sort of.
Yeah.
And you were in a press conference at ACTRA, and I want you to listen to what you said there.
Really good storytelling. The writing is, I mean, we always talk about it being the heavy lifter, you know, and I describe it as a script that serves the actor. And that team behind that with a cast that trusts each other, listens to each other. And doesn't necessarily, transition doesn't have to be just about queerness or becoming trans or fluid. It's like transition in your life or your relationships or your career or where you are spiritually. It can be any kind of transition.
Yes. I'm doing touch-up on the house.
A touch-up?
Yes. Today I will even be taking old clothes and things I don't want anymore to the mosque.
Okay, cool. There's a giant hole in the wall and I need to talk about it.
Well, I need light and space and open feelings in my life. Renovations don't just happen.
I'm a nanny.
Like Mary Poppins? One episode is so loaded. In 22 minutes, it's like a whole entire thing happens and you're like, what? And it's so fun to hear how people go, we want more. It wasn't enough. We want more. That's what you want. You want to leave them with wanting more.
What can you tell people why Calorie is so important? Why should they come and see Calorie?
Calorie is crucially important for our community, for Canada, for the world, on an international level. First of all, it's a gorgeous film.
Don't worry, I'll take care of them now. They're like my daughters too. Oida.
Mom.
It's so human, especially with the intergenerational subject of mothers and daughters, niece and uncle, a single mom struggling with her career, and trying to juggle that with two kids who, you know, one is, let's say, boyfriend obsessed, the other one is calorie obsessed, and just having and keeping secrets in the family. And what are the repercussions of that? Especially something it's so deep, and so deep that you almost can't reach it. And when it does surface, what are the repercussions of that? It's not about a lesson. It's and we're not reenacting anything. It's a truly beautifully written story, and culturally as well. There's loss, there's grief, there's guilt, and then there is a way about making amends with love and reconnecting. And it's a great ride. The pacing of it is, when I saw it, I was like, the pacing of it is really, really beautiful. It took me some time. I'm still processing it, but I feel that it is something that is so unique. I've never done anything like this before. And I feel it's so precious to me. I'm personally invested, and I'm professionally proud.
Wonderful. You know, when you work for a highly experienced and dedicated producer like Joe Bellas and a great director like Isha, what did you learn from them in terms of teamwork?
Patience. One of Joe's things to me is like, be patient. I guess I was just I've been so eager. I mean, it took a while the challenges I can't even imagine shooting. I mean, he is a big producer, but it's a challenge to go to India, and to go to India with a crew of this many people. It's Canadian made. That's something to be proud of too. From the day I met them, I was like, they were so cool and collected. At least that's what they presented themselves as. But I think they knew what they wanted, and they're a great team. I think of them as siblings, you know. But I believed in the project, and the way after our first meeting and talking to Joe over the phone and having conversations with him and Isha, I really felt more drawn to them. And I have a huge amount of respect for their courage and perseverance to do this film. And, you know, when you talk to Joe, he's just chill. He's just like, yeah, well, you know. I'm like, how are you not? I even noticed it when we were shooting. I was like, you never seem tense. How are you never seeming, you never seem tense, but he gets things done. And watching them also talk and you know, it's almost like they're like, you know, they kind of argue like siblings, but they're on the same page. It's really cute. And the result is amazing. It's amazing. I'm really, really lucky to have found them and worked with them.
I wish the film a lot of success.
Thank you so much.
And I wish you all the best. And both on behalf of Jay and myself, we want to profoundly thank you for coming to the studio, and also convey our regards to your mom and our best wishes to your brother.
I will. Thank you so much.
And keep up the great work you're doing.
I will, Uncle. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Such a pleasure.
Me too.
We hope you've enjoyed this presentation. Please like, share, and subscribe so you can be up to date with all our content.